Hey everyone, this is John Rollins. We're here for our weekly S.T.R.I.V.E session. S.T.R.I.V.E, strategies to remain informed, strategies to remain victorious, strategies to remain empowered. I hope that you've had a wonderful day. I hope that you've had a wonderful week, that you've been productive, that you touched the life, you made a difference in your circle. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here, and I hope that these sessions are being of some benefit to someone. I've shared with you all often that the reason that we're doing this is so that we could bring some encouragement to those of us who are in the body of Christ, those of us who are believers. We want to help you to live victoriously on earth. We know that we have victory eternally, but we want to help you to live victoriously while you're here on earth. And so our topic, we're still doing the Pursuing Wisdom sessions. We've been doing this for several weeks now, a little over, well, after a few months, and we're nearing the end of it. But today we want to talk about something that I think might be a little bit different than what we've done in the past. We've talked about, you got to reverence, trust, and reverence God. You got to choose your friends, wives that you want. You got to go after it. We talked about the tale of two lives, and we've gone through several topics from the book of Proverbs. Today, though, we are going to step outside the book of Proverbs. I had a conversation with one of my mentors today, and they shared something with me that it made me freeze in my steps. And there was so much truth to it. All I could say was, I agree with you and I receive it. And I want to share a little bit of how that conversation went with you today. Hopefully, it will mean as much to you as it did for me. Okay, and our topic, the title today is Apology Not Accepted. Apology Not Accepted. Now, most of us probably are familiar with someone who, regardless of what they do, they will not apologize. You say, well, didn't you just back into my car? Well, your car shouldn't have been there. They give a whole bunch of reasons why it was not their fault, and they don't apologize. And people aren't required to apologize to us for stuff that they do. But when we were raised up, people, we call it common courtesy. If someone offends you, or someone hurts you, or someone misrepresents you in some way, then you just kind of hope that there's something in them that will prompt them to apologize. Okay, but there are some people who refuse to apologize regardless of what they've done. They say, well, that's your problem, you deal with it. And then you have another group of people who they do something and I'm sorry. They apologize for everything. How was your day? It didn't go too well. Oh, I'm sorry. So, how was your meal? I didn't like it. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Did you get to the sale on time? No, I didn't miss. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. They apologize for anything. They apologize for everything. And so you kind of determine that, all right, I'm not sure if they're really sorry or if they're just saying that out of habit. Okay. I'm sorry. I remember listening to the when I was studying the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership by John Maxwell. He said that one of the things that irked him was just hear people talking about sorry. Say sorry for what? No, make it specific. These people, I'm sorry. Yeah, you have your own thoughts of how sorry are they, and then you have the people who will apologize. They'll say they're sorry about something they've done. They maybe they got caught in what they were doing, and they apologize, but you sense that that apology is insincere. They're saying it with their mouth, okay, but everything about their body, everything about their disposition says they're sorry that they got caught, or they're sorry that you felt the way that you did about it. They're not sorry for what they did. They're just sorry that it produced whatever kind of results it did. And so you have different people who apologize different ways for different things. Um, People who apologize for the deeds and the actions of others. I know that there's a lot of conversations going around now about stuff that happened back in our past, the stuff that's been happening for years. You talk about the systemic racism and inequalities, and you have people who feel that they need to apologize for the actions of others, and there may be some value in that. Okay, but people will apologize for a lot of stuff. Some people will apologize for who they are, and that's where we want to focus for a little bit today. All right. I remember I posted on Facebook several years ago, and it came up in my memory not too long ago. It says, I may be willing to apologize for what I do or don't do, but I am not willing to apologize for who I am. And this is, I'm not making a statement asserting that if I have character flaws, that I don't acknowledge those or that I don't work on those. Absolutely. If there's something that's going wrong in my life and I need to get better, yeah, I will apologize for how those flaws reflect who I am. I will apologize for how those flaws impact the outcomes or kind of influence the results. But that's a part of the makeup, and I can work on it. I can get better in that area. But that's who I am. And so many times I'm willing to apologize for what I did or what I didn't do. Okay. But I don't know if I need to apologize for how I've been created. And that's where I want to spend a little bit of time. Apology not accepted. Here's what I'm saying. You all may remember there's a story of a owner a business owner who was getting ready to go out of town, and he had some of his employees to come to him, and he gave each of those employees five talents. He gave one employee 5 talents, and I know they're talking about money, but I think this is appropriate also when it comes to our giftings, our abilities, our talents. He gave one 5 talents, he gave one 2 talents, and the final person he gave 1 talent. Now, what I remember from that story is that those talents were issued or distributed based on the individual's abilities. So the person who received 1 talent, they were able to function with that particular talent that they have, or they were able to do something with what they were given. The person who received 2, they were able to do more than the person who received 1. And the person who received 5, they were more varied in what they were able to do with what they've been issued, what they've been given. Well, you may remember the story. The owner went away. He spent some time away, and then when he returned, he went back to those individuals to whom he had distributed those talents. The first person, the one who received 5, came back to him and said, uh, "Master or boss," he says, "Look, you gave me 5. I put them to work. I went out and I didn't sit on them. I made something happen with what you gave me, and I was able to actually get a return on that investment. I got an additional 5 talents, so your 5 was doubled. I now have 10." And the owner said, "Man, you did a good job. I'm proud of you. I appreciate it." And I'm paraphrasing. He says, "Well done, well done." The person who received 2, the person who had a lesser amount of abilities than the one who had 5, maximized on what he received, and he too doubled the talents. I received 2, I put them to work, I have 4 now. The person whose abilities were more limited, he said to the owner, "Look, man, I knew you were a tough cookie. You don't they say you don't play the radio." I don't know if they say that anymore. He says, "I knew that you were going to be a hard person to deal with, and I was nervous about losing what you gave me. So I protected it. I took it and I buried it, and I'm here. I'm proud to present to you exactly what you gave me." The owner said, "You know what? You're right. I am. I'm a tough cookie. I don't play the radio." And because you knew that about me, you should have known that if you brought back to me what I gave you, if you did not do something with it, I wasn't going to be happy with it. No, I'm not accepting your apology. I'm telling you all, each of us, we have a set of gifts. Each person, I believe, has been put here for a purpose. And I believe that you have been given everything that you need to become everything that you're created to become. My question is, what are you doing with your giftings? What are you doing with your abilities? Why are you not pressing yourself to maximize, to get a greater return on the things that you've been equipped, with what you've been equipped? You can sing. You may not sing like some of the well-known artists who probably put effort into their gifting, but you have a gift. You're able to communicate. You're able to empathize. You are able to play an instrument, to draw, to be creative, to build things with your hands. And you are, for whatever reason, not maximizing on what you've been given. And then you apologize. Or you have the other person. You have the individual who is very good at what they do, and they actually feel almost guilty about the giftings that they have. Well, there are a couple ways to look at it. Most of the giftings that you have, some of them you work to develop, but there's some things that you were just given naturally, a part of your DNA. You are able to read and sense situations. You observed individuals. You built your skill set. You don't have to apologize for that. You spent time studying to earn that degree. You don't owe anyone an apology for that. You worked hard when other people were going home, you were putting in overtime, you were putting in extra hours, you were participating on teams to become familiar with other departments. And now there's an opportunity for a promotion. You don't owe anyone an apology. You're apologizing for maximizing on what you've been given. No, your apology is not accepted. Don't apologize for being great if you're being great, especially for those of us who are believers and we're doing what we're doing, not to, so that we will be recognized, not to bring attention to ourselves, but to honor our Creator, the one who's given us these abilities, he's given us these giftings. You owe no one an apology for that. Don't apologize. I tell you what, I'll make a deal with you. You can apologize if you ever see animals apologize for how they're created. All right. You walk outside and you see the whale. And if the whale apologizes unto the sharks, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm a whale. I didn't want to be a whale. If you ever see the animals apologize, yes, then you have my permission. If you ever see the plants, the rose apologize to the chrysanthemum, hey, look, I'm sorry that I'm a rose. I'm sorry that I have a fragrance. I'm sorry that I have these beautiful and vibrant colors. If you ever see plants or animals apologize for who they are, then yes, you can apologize. But it's probably not going to happen. They don't apologize. The crow doesn't apologize to the eagle. I'm sorry. The eagle doesn't apologize to the crow. You owe no one an apology for your gifting, for your talents, for your abilities. And if you don't maximize on them and you go back later and you are standing before your creator and he asks you, look, I know what I put inside of you. I knew what you were capable of doing. Why didn't you do it? I don't think your apology is going to be accepted. All right. Apology not accepted. Go out and maximize on your giftings. Maximize on your talents. Be the very best that you can be with what you've been given. Become everything that you were created to become. Is that all right? All right, guys, this is John with the S.T.R.I.V.E session. Strategies to remain informed, strategies to remain victorious, strategies to remain empowered. And I just I'm so hopeful that I encourage someone today with what you just heard, because I tell you, when I was having the conversation, it really resonated with me. All right, and so I close the way that I always love to close. If today or throughout the last week, or no one has come to you to affirm you, to remind you just how great you are, to remind you how worthy you are, how valuable you are, to let you know that if you were not here, the world would not be the same. Please allow me the privilege. I want to tell you that today, tomorrow, and forever, you are important. All right? You all be blessed, okay? And enjoy your week.